Money laundering? It sounds like something out of a spy thriller. But this is no movie, it's a global crisis happening right now. We're talking trillions of dollars, folks. That's enough to make Scrooge McDuck blush. This dirty money comes from all sorts of nasty business, drug trafficking, arms dealing, you name it. And where does it end up? Often right here in the heart of London. This isn't just a victimless crime. This money represents real harm inflicted on real people. Stolen from developing countries, it robs them of vital resources for education, healthcare and infrastructure. It's a twisted system that benefits the few at the expense of the many. This isn't just a problem for far-off lands. London's role as a money laundering hub has serious consequences for everyone. It fuels organised crime, distorts the housing market and undermines the integrity of the global financial system. Tonight, we're diving deep into this murky world and exposing the players who profit from it. Buckle up, folks, it's going to be a wild ride. Let's start with a family you might not expect, the Kenyatas. Jomo Kenyatta, the founding father of Kenya, led the country to independence. A symbol of hope, he promised a brighter future for all Kenyans. But somewhere along the way, things took a turn. During his time in power, Kenyatta amassed a vast fortune, over 500,000 acres of land. This raised eyebrows and sparked accusations of corruption. Fast forward to Uhuru Kenyatta, Jomo's son, who served as president. He campaigned on an anti-corruption platform. Ironically, the Pandora Papers revealed the Kenyatas held millions in offshore accounts. The Kenyatta family's story is a classic example of political power used for personal gain. It's a story that plays out again and again all over the world. Now, let's hop over to Azerbaijan, a country known for its oil wealth and, well, its less than democratic government. Enter the Aliyevs, Azerbaijan's ruling family. Heydar Aliyev, the patriarch, took power in a coup. His son Ilham now enjoys the presidential palace. And what do you do when you're sitting on a pile of questionable cash? You buy some fancy London real estate, of course. The Pandora Papers revealed that the Aliyevs owned a jaw-dropping £70 million property empire in London. We're talking luxury apartments, swanky offices, the works. And who were these properties registered to? Oh, just family members, including a 19-year-old daughter and an 11-year-old son. Because nothing says legitimate business dealings like pre-teen property moguls. This is a prime example of how London's property market has become a laundromat for dirty money. The lack of transparency in ownership makes it incredibly easy to hide ill-gotten gains. And the best part, these investments appreciate in value, providing a tidy return on your, shall we say, investment. So, why London? What makes this city such an attractive destination for the world's corrupt elite? Well, for starters, London has a long-standing reputation for financial expertise and legal sophistication. Sounds impressive, right? But this expertise can be easily exploited. Think of it as hiring a high-priced lawyer to help you get away with, well, everything. Then there's the issue of anonymous ownership. In London, it's shockingly easy to hide behind shell companies and obscure ownership structures. It's like playing a real-life game of Clue, but instead of Colonel Mustard in the library, it's a bunch of shady offshore companies registered in some tropical paradise. And let's not forget about the sheer volume of money flowing through London every single day. It's a global financial hub, which means it's easy for dirty money to blend in with legitimate transactions. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, except the haystack is made of £100 notes. Section 5. Turning a blind eye. The failure of due diligence. Now you might be thinking, surely someone is keeping an eye on all this, right? Well, there are supposed to be safeguards in place. Financial institutions are required to conduct due diligence on their clients, especially politically exposed persons like our friends, the Kenyatas and the Aliyevs. But here's the kicker. These checks are often about as effective as a chocolate fireguard. We're talking basic Google searches, folks. No digging into financial records, no scrutinizing the source of wealth. It's a box-ticking exercise designed to give the illusion of oversight without actually rocking the boat. And who suffers? The people whose lives are destroyed by the criminals this system enables. This lack of scrutiny creates a culture of impunity. Corrupt individuals know they can get away with it, so they keep coming back for more. London becomes a playground for the wealthy and powerful where the rules simply don't apply, and that's not just wrong, it's downright dangerous. Section 6. The high price of truth, journalists under fire in Azerbaijan. But it's not just about the money, folks. It's about the human cost of corruption. Because when you have a system that allows the powerful to operate with impunity, it's often journalists who pay the price. They're the ones who dare to speak truth to power, to expose the corruption that thrives in the shadows. Take Khadija Ismailova, an investigative journalist from Azerbaijan. She had the audacity to shine a light on the Aliyev family's shady business dealings, and what did it get her? Harassment, intimidation, and eventually imprisonment on trumped-up charges. Khadija's story is a stark reminder of the risks journalists face when they challenge the powerful. It's a reminder that corruption thrives in darkness and withers under the scrutiny of a free press. And it's a reminder that we all have a role to play in demanding better. Section 7. The Sharif family, another political dynasty seeking refuge in London. Remember the Aliyevs and their London property spree? Well, they're not the only political dynasty with a taste for British real estate. Let's talk about the Sharif family from Pakistan. Nawaz Sharif, a three-time Prime Minister, and his family have been dogged by corruption allegations for decades. The Panama Papers, bless their cotton socks, revealed that the Sharifs owned a collection of luxury properties in London. These weren't your average flats, mind you. We're talking multi-million-pound mansions tucked away in some of London's most exclusive neighbourhoods. And how did they acquire these properties? Through a series of offshore companies, naturally. Despite facing corruption charges and even convictions in Pakistan, the Sharifs continued to enjoy their London haven. This case, like so many others, raises serious questions about the UK's willingness to hold the corrupt accountable, even when they're literally living on their doorstep. Section 8. Double standards, the West's hypocrisy in the fight against corruption. Here's the thing, folks. Western governments, including the UK, love to lecture developing countries about corruption. They talk a big game about transparency and accountability. But when it comes to their own backyard, well, it's a different story. The Financial Action Task Force, or FATF, is supposed to be the global watchdog for money laundering, but critics say it's more like a toothless chihuahua than a fierce guard dog. Western countries often escape scrutiny, despite being complicit in enabling large-scale money laundering. This double standard is simply unacceptable. It undermines the fight against corruption and erodes trust in the global financial system. Developing countries are left to clean up the mess, while Western nations turn a blind eye to the dirty money flowing through their financial institutions. Section 9. The true cost of dirty money. Impact on Londoners and the global financial system. So, what does all this mean for ordinary Londoners? It's driving up property prices. Corrupt officials parking their cash in London real estate create artificial demand. The result? Sky-high rents and unaffordable housing, but the impact goes beyond bricks and mortar. London's reputation as a financial hub is tarnished. Investors think twice about doing business in a city with dirty money. The integrity of the global financial system is undermined. This isn't just a problem for London, it's a global issue. Section 10. Time for action. Urgent reforms needed to end London's role as a laundering haven. So what can be done? Well, for starters, we need to end anonymous ownership. No more hiding behind shell companies. Shine a light on who really owns these properties and where their money comes from. It's time for transparency, folks. We also need to strengthen due diligence requirements. No more box-ticking exercises. Financial institutions need to be held accountable for turning a blind eye to suspicious activity. We need real consequences for those who facilitate money laundering. And most importantly, we need the political will to make these changes happen. That means putting pressure on elected officials to prioritize this issue. Write to your MPs. Raise awareness on social media and make your voices heard. Because this isn't just about money, it's about justice. It's about creating a fairer, more equitable world for everyone. And that's a fight worth fighting for.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's turn the page on a new adventure together. Get ready to experience books like never before, only on VBook 360. Like, comment, and share to support the channel and keep the video magic alive. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, every video has a story, and every story deserves to be shared. See you in the next video.